So one of my friends complained that in my last video, he felt that the background images were too random. Say hi to YouTube, bitch. Ever since the start of Circuit Breaker last year, a number of Singaporeans have picked up some various forms of exercise activities to escape the confinements of their own home during this CB period. Many of these people were suddenly into taking their evening jog, even though the mere thought of exercise in the past used to send chills down their spine. But one of the highest exercise activities I've seen increase, well, based on my own observations, is the number of Singaporeans suddenly into practicing for the Tour de France. And ever since then, I've started to notice a lot more cyclists on the roads of Singapore. Now don't get me wrong, after being cooped up for months at home, binging on Netflix and licking your crusty fingers coated with Dorito dust, picking up a new hobby, especially if it's good for your health, is definitely the way to go. But a group of these Tour de France wannabes are clueless on how they should conduct themselves on the road. Or should I say, these groups of people don't give a furry rat's ass and think of themselves as kings of the roads. Let's take a look at this clip from SG Road Vigilante. Somebody give this gundu the most oblivious award for March 2021. These are the sort of moronic people that gives all the other law-abiding cyclists on the road a bad name. Let's take a look at the video again. On the left of this video, you can see that the traffic light has turned green, signaling for the vehicles on the road to move.
Who's that Pokemon? It's
Idiot Chew! When this dumbass, who's oblivious to his surrounding, decides to continue cycling even though the green man has turned red. In fact, this cyclist was so hungry that he ate tarmac for lunch. In conclusion, this man is a moron and has zero awareness of the traffic rules in Singapore. I sincerely wish that he learned from this mistake. Let's check out another video.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Here we have another over-entitled cyclist who thinks that the world revolves around his crummy little life. If you bring your eyes to the left of the screen, you can see that this asswipe is starting to make his way across the road, flouting all the traffic rules, crossing not one but 4 lanes towards Tanglin Mall. I don't know why, but this fool thinks that he can make it all the way to the end of the pedestrian crossing faster than the vehicles on the road. Either that or his overly entitled self expects the cars to slow down for him. Obviously, his little legs couldn't pedal fast enough, causing cam car driver to emergency brake. Not only this dumbass did not apologize but had the cheek to smile at the driver and show him his finger. Or is it thumbs up? I cannot see properly. Luckily there weren't any cars behind cam car, I think. Or the e-brake might have caused the collision. And titled Dumbass Award goes to this guy. Next clip. Here we have another cyclist. This time it's an uncle who, again like the first video, decides to cross the pedestrian crossing when the lights are not in his favour. Luckily, camcar driver moved off slowly, giving ample time for the driver to stop and express his frustration by furiously slamming down on the horn. Uncle cyclist, who obviously got a shock, decides to cycle off in a different direction, acting as if nothing happened. Ayo uncle, why you like that? Can you please be safe on the road or not? Thankfully, no one was hurt in this incident, and the only thing soiled might have been the uncle's pants in shock of the camcar's blaring horn. So you think that one lone cyclist on the roads of Singapore might pose as a nuisance and frustrate your driving experiences in Singapore, right? Wrong. How about a horde of them? Ayo, look at this bunch of fools! Tour de Lanjiao. I didn't know that we started hosting Tour de Singapore. I mean, what's there to even say about this video? Just a bunch of fools with too much energy in the wee hours of the morning deciding to congregate and making the lives of fellow road users going to work more stressful. And lastly, we have a champion of Coconaden cyclists. Take a look at this clip. This pillar dighead seems to have lost his way on the cycling path and ended up on the Ayer Rajah Expressway. He must thank his lucky stars and go and pray to whatever god that he believes in that nothing disastrous happened during this moment of pure stupidity. Hey bro, where the fuck do you think you're cycling to? Cutting from the left to the rightmost lane where it's mainly for overtaking cars. You cycling to where? Totai ah? He is so lucky that cam car driver had eyes like a hawk and quick reflexes like a cat. You didn't even have light reflectors on your bicycle or on yourself, you muppet. Poor driver probably got a shock of his life.
What the hell, the bicycle?
Hey you, cycling on the AYE. Yes you. If you don't care for your life, at least care for the life of others on the road, you dumbass. For those of you wondering if this is even allowed on the roads of Singapore, well, let Traffic Police Jie answer that question for you.
Cyclists are not allowed on expressway or road tunnels. This list of location is actually listed in LTA's website. You can check them out here.
Oh well, look at that. The answer is no. In conclusion, not that I have any bad blood with cyclists in Singapore, because majority of you are stellar in abiding by the traffic regulations. And because of cyclists, we are able to order and receive our GrabFood, Foodpanda and Deliveroo items much faster. But there will always be a bunch of rotten apples in the community whose recklessness have or may cause accidents which could result in serious harm or danger to others sharing the roads. Should we make it necessary for cyclists to go through some sort of a course and obtain a valid license? Yo, post-production me here. So I was editing this video and I was scrolling through Facebook and came across a couple more articles related to today's topic. And because of the reckless behaviours of these cyclists on the roads, the government has now directed their attention towards them. And Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong's wife Ho Ching has begun to look into such regulations for cyclists. Back to the video, in order for them to be on the road. I mean, these reckless idiots have and will continue to flout traffic regulations. I mean like beating the red light or riding on a road and suddenly switching to a pedestrian path for whichever route is more convenient to them, with no consequences whatsoever. And if an accident were to happen between vehicles because of them, how will road users be able to claim for damages or hold the culprit responsible if they can just pai pigu and go on their merry way, without any way to identify them because they don't have a license plate? But yeah, be safe on the road people. Bye.